doing all the things you did when you were a young bachelor, when you were struggling, right? It's all laundry and mopping and dishes, and I would stain the entire house.
George Clooney is an American actor and filmmaker. He's the recipient of numerous accolades, including a British Academy Film Award, 4 Golden Globe Awards, and 2 Academy Awards, one for his acting and the other as a producer. In 2018, he was the recipient of the AFI Lifetime Achievement Award. Clooney was included on Time's annual Time 100 list, which identifies the most influential people in the world every year from 2006 to 2009. He's also noted for his political and economic activism and has served as one of the United Nations Messengers of Peace since January 31st, 2008.
About regret and about redemption and about all those sort of other elements that had very little to do with sort of the idea of being in space or being out on the Arctic.
If you enjoy these videos, please remember to hit the like button, as it does help us out a lot. And comment below who your favorite celebrity is that you'd love to see in an upcoming video. His full name is George Timothy Clooney, but he's also known as Gorgeous George. He was born May 6, 1961 in Lexington, Kentucky, making him 61 at the time of this production. He stands at 1.8 meters or 5 feet 10 inches tall. He loves the sitcom South Park. He got a hold of Trey Parker, the creator of the series, and asked for a role in an episode. He was given the role of Sparky the gay dog, which involved little more than panting and yelping. However, when it was time for South Park to go to the big screen, Clooney got a full speaking role as an ER surgeon. He loves beer. He's a huge fan of the Dallas Mavericks basketball team. His favorite song is Destination Moon by Dinah Washington. As of 2022, Clooney is one of 3 people to have been nominated for Academy Awards in 6 different categories, a position shared with Walt Disney and Alfonso Cuarón, and second only to Kenneth Branagh with 7, and with Brad Pitt is one of only 2 actors to have won both the Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor and Best Picture. Clooney is active in a variety of political causes, including the conflict in Darfur, Sudan, and fundraising for relief after the 2010 earthquake in Haiti. He's heavily involved with the Not on Our Watch project. He was the best man at the wedding of Richard Kind. Clooney is a supporter of gay rights. On March 28, 2019, Clooney wrote an open letter calling for the boycott of the Sultan of Brunei's hotels over a new law that came into effect on April 3, 2019 that punishes homosexual sex and adultery with death by stoning. In 2018, following the Stoneman Douglas High School shooting, the Clooneys pledged $500,000 to the March for Our Lives and said they would be in attendance. He married Talia Balsam in 1989, but they divorced in 1993. Clooney went on to live with his pet pig Max until the pig's death in 2006. Clooney became engaged to British-Lebanese human rights lawyer Amal Alamuddin on April 28, 2014, as confirmed by a representative at Alamuddin's law firm, Doughty Street Chambers. Alamuddin and Clooney were officially married September 27, 2014, at Ca Farsetti. They were married by Clooney's friend Walter Veltroni, the former mayor of Rome. The couple had twins, Ella and Alexander, on July 6, 2017.
It's nothing we're proud of to be timely on this film, because there is a huge part of the story which is about our inability to communicate and to be home.
He was born to a beauty queen and city councilwoman, and Nick Clooney, a former anchorman and TV host. Clooney was raised Roman Catholic, but is claimed to be somewhat agnostic in his adult life. He attended Blessed Sacrament School in Fort Mitchell, Kentucky, and after that the family moved to Mason, Ohio. The Clooneys returned to Kentucky, and in his 7th grade year, George developed Bell's palsy, a condition that partially paralyzes the face. It went away after a year, but Clooney has described it as being a difficult time in school as he was bullied over it. He was an avid basketball and baseball player and even tried out for the Cincinnati Reds after high school but didn't make the team. Clooney went to Northern Kentucky University from 1979 to 1981 to major in broadcast journalism, but didn't graduate. After moving to Los Angeles, he lived in his car for a time, although it should be noted that the car was parked in the driveway of a Beverly Hills mansion owned by his famous aunt, singer Rosemary Clooney. He soon won minor roles in television shows such as The Facts of Life, Roseanne, and The Golden Girls. His first major role was on the sitcom ER in 1984, not to be confused with his star-making role on the NBC drama ER, which began in 1994 when he was cast as Dr. Doug Ross. While still on ER, he appeared in a number of films, including From Dusk Till Dawn, One Fine Day, and Out of Sight. He also succeeded Val Kilmer as Batman, although he only appeared in one Batman film. Clooney left ER in 1999 and enjoyed a spate of box office successes, including his most popular to date, Ocean's 11. He also starred in The Perfect Storm and Oh Brother, Where Art Thou that same year. Clooney continued his string of hits when he starred with Ewan McGregor in 2009's The Men Who Stare at Goats. And that same year, Up in the Air and Fantastic Mr. Fox. George also won critical praise when he starred with Sandra Bullock in Gravity in 2013. In September 2021, Clooney reteamed with Brad Pitt for an untitled thriller film written and directed by John Watts.
And they were like, this COVID thing's real. And we're like, oh. And he goes, but not to be concerned, it only affects elderly people. And I was with Grant, my buddy, for 40 years. He's a producing partner.
George Clooney is one of the most sought-after A-list actors in the entertainment industry. He regularly earns at least $20 million for a single film role. Outside of acting, George is the co-founder of Casamigos Tequila. In 2017, George and his two partners sold Casamigos to Diageo for $1 billion. For the 19 episodes of Sisters that he appeared on, George earned $40,000 per appearance. That works out to a total of $760,000. George earned $100,000 per episode of ER. One of his early big paychecks was for the 1996 movie One Fine Day, for which he earned $3 million. He earned $10 million for his single Batman appearance, $10 million for Out of Sight, and $8 million for The Perfect Storm. He has a net worth of $500 million. George and Amal own homes all over the world. Arguably, George's most famous property is his 15-bedroom villa on Italy's Lake Como, which he acquired in 2002 for $30 million. It includes a total of 25 rooms, a theater outdoors, a swimming pool, and a garage big enough for all of George Clooney's motorcycles. This mansion has a full gym, a tennis court, several landscaped gardens, massive bathrooms, as well as a separate pizza room. A wall was constructed there to avoid the lake from pouring directly inside the house. They own a 6-bedroom mansion in Studio City, California, which he purchased in 1995 for $2.2 million at the height of his ER fame. The property is likely worth $10 million today. They own a $7 million property in Berkshire, England, and an apartment in New York City, among others. In total, George and Amal's real estate portfolio alone is worth $100 million. He owns the following cars: a 1959 Chevrolet Corvette V8 C1 convertible, a Tango T600 EV, a Tesla Signature 100 Roadster, a Lexus LS, a Porsche 911 Carrera 2 964 Speedster.